Someone called for a doctor. Well, you wouldn't be calling for this one if you're on the Eastern Front. His name was Ernst Kupfer, and he was a Stuka pilot. He flew an incredible 636 sorties. In this video, we're going to look at some of the things he was tasked with doing and learn a little bit about the man. What makes him different from most pilots was that he didn't do it for glory. It was more a case of he knew what Nazi Germany needed to accomplish on the Eastern Front against the Russians. Soviet fighters, when they were scrambled, obviously knew that Stuka was slow and vulnerable, had a distinctive shape, and needed to be destroyed before they could cause damage to Soviet forces on the ground. A quick fact, he was called the Doctor, but it's not because he was trained in the medical field. He actually got his doctorate in law. He was known for his operational tempo, conducting multiple sorties where possible. I couldn't find any direct references to who his gunners were, but I'll tell you what, he's doing a horrible job being in the back of one of those, especially when you can see Soviets coming at you. Him and his JG were tasked exclusively with dive bombing Soviets to relieve pressure on German defensive pockets. They would strike Soviet infantry, armour, artillery and fortified positions. Here we see him dive bombing a fuel depot and airfield. He also didn't mind going after anti-aircraft defences. In September 1943, he was appointed General of Ground Attack. This allowed him to procure the WWII, which was to replace the old and obsolete Stukas, and especially the HS-123. This video comes from the comment section request on my last video, which did really well, so if you're new here, go check that out. If you could, go back around again if it was out of bombs, as we see against these rocket trucks, and could strafe them with a machine gun where possible. Another fact, he wholeheartedly believed in the Nazi Party and was fully on board with what was going on. Here he's got his sights on a strategically important bridge, which he wipes out just before a supply vehicle can cross it. It's not to say he had it all his way though. He was actually shot down 3 times in his career, and that was all by ground fire. As he came in to approach targets, it was the obvious choice who they were going to shoot at. Eventually the harsh reality of warfare on the Eastern Front did pop up, with severe winter weather, overextended supply lines, losses in aircraft and experienced crews, and Soviet air superiority increasing. It was going to be a losing fight on that front. All of this would come undone in early November 1943, when the HE-111 he was flying in crashed, returning to base in bad weather. That's another video done. Please leave a comment, like and sub if you're new to this, and put some comments about who you'd like to see me do now. Probably want to go for an Allied pilot, I think. So, yep, comments down below, please. Last mag out.